Hello, my name is Daniel. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to go over my reading plans for the month of September. As I record this, it is August 31st, 2023, and I definitely can feel that the summer is ending. If I go outside, take a deep breath, there's like a little bit of crispness in the air. I know that probably only pertains to us up here in Ohio and north of there, but yeah, in Texas, I believe, if you were to take a deep breath, your lungs would spontaneously combust. But here, the weather is cooling off, and that's when I start waking up. I am not a summer person as much as I want to be. It is gorgeous out in the summer, but I don't do heat very well. So, generally, that translates to I go into sort of a hibernation, a reverse hibernation, a reading slump during the summer. This year wasn't so bad, but in some summers I don't read anything like all month, or if I do, it's like 2 books. I somehow got through that this year, which is nice, but I think my reading is definitely going to pick up. Probably what helped me along was last month's, or this month's, as it's ending, the event Garbagust, which is a reading event where we read trash all throughout the month of August. I really enjoyed that, but I did not get as much done as I wanted to during the month. So there will be some carryover into early September anyway for some of the stuff I'll be reading. Tech War and well, some of the more trashy novels I showed you earlier and didn't get to yet. So that's not really going to be part of this video, but you will see those things pop up. Mainly what I want to read is actually a little project I want to start, but it's going to require some preamble. So a few weeks ago on the channel and Novella, on one of her shorts, she showed something that I somehow passed me by. Last year there was a Newsweek article about some new, I don't know if the word is font, but it goes under the title Bionic Reading, which is basically, it was created by a Swiss typographic designer who took various words on the page and then, I guess strategically, put certain letters in bold in each word. And the idea is it gets you like artificial fixation points where you look at just what's presented in bold, and then through like the softness of your eyes, you'll absorb what the word is, and you'll just essentially learn to speed read while you do it. I am always skeptical about like anything that sounds too good to be true. As I start investigating this, I don't think it's actually going to be all that helpful for speed reading. One thing I did notice though is it was much easier on my eyes, particularly for long chunks of text. I will link the Newsweek article in the description if you want to take a look. But I decided I was gonna test it out. I don't think that the bolding in the letters is really gonna be all that useful for, say, a book that has a lot of dialogue where you get a lot of paragraph breaks. I just need something to like latch onto with my eyes to propel me forward, if that makes sense. So I thought it'd be very helpful for like a work that has like few paragraph breaks, just a long box of text. And it so happens I have something I wanted to read through, and that is this, Plato, The Complete Works. And this version is edited by John M. Cooper. I was a philosophy minor in college, and so this isn't like new to me or strange to me. It doesn't seem all that daunting, even though it's like 1,800 pages or so. But the text itself in this version, while the translations are much better, there's not, well, that might be a bad example, but there's like walls of text. And I wanted to read this updated translation for a while now. I've had this sitting around for a couple of years, because I believe I'm only familiar with the Jowett translation, which is the free one you can get anywhere. It's a very old translation. This is updated, newer, hypothetically easier to understand, so I want to read this, but this is heavy. This has blocks of text that are just hard for my eyes. Like, I, as a parent, am constantly reading and looking up, and reading and looking up, because I have to monitor the little one. So, I thought maybe this bionic reading would be helpful for me, not for so much for speed, because I don't care how fast I read. Like, I really don't. But reading consistently and not losing my place in reading the same sentence over and over and over again, I feel like this could help. So, I went ahead and took the e-copy version and ran it through one of their filters. I don't know how well this is showing up. For my eyes, this bold really shows up well. But on the camera, I don't know. But I decided to run that entire thing through on the e-copy through some filter which I found, and see if I can read all of the complete works of Plato with their new translations. Back to location 58, please. There we go. Plato, the complete works. They even did that to the title, which is funny. I'm going to try reading this bionically and seeing if bionic Plato is easier to digest and get through. Just having it in the e-copy alone is going to be way easier for me to take this places. I'm not going to lug around the entire works of Plato wherever I go. A, it seems pretentious, and B, it's just heavy, and I'm lazy. So, sidebar, I've also... When I first got my tripod, which I'm resting my camera on now, I started using it as a stick just to hold my ebooks for when my arms got tired. So I'm not strong or particularly, well, I guess lazy. I'm lazy. Sorry, that's the only way to put it. But this is tiring after a while, especially when I'm reading laying flat. This will eventually hit me in the head. So anyway, anything I can do to make this easier, I'm going to do. So, for the month of September, I'm going to try to read all of Plato. Will I get through it all? Who knows? I'm not going to really worry about if I can finish it or not, but I'm definitely going to give it the old college try. So, I'm going to read the Plato, the complete works, through the Bionic reading font, or whatever they want to call it. Typography. So, that is the main thing I want to read, other than the other event, which is another event called Cimmerian September, which was a new event created by Michael K. Vaughan, where we read the works of Robert E. Howard, particularly the Conan, all of the Conan stories that he wrote. I have recently read everything that Howard wrote for the Conan. In the Del Rey editions, this is not it. I don't own them. I had to get them from the library. This is the Solomon Kane collection. But they look just like this. There's 3 volumes that had all of Conan in it, and I thought they were really good. So I just read all of Conan a year or 2 ago. So I did get special dispensation from our king that I'm allowed to read some of the pastiche Conan. And it looks like he might be reading through these too if he gets through it all in time. So I'm going to read Conan of the Isles, not by Robert E. Howard, but by Elsprague de Camp and Lynn Carter. And also, instead of just being a purely Conan event, I'm going to read Sword and Sorcery in general. So another thing I picked up recently is... I don't know if it's showing up. New Edge, Sword and Sorcery magazine. This is the inaugural issue of fall 2022. This you can get on Amazon for the cost of printing. It's their little test copy. So this is just a bunch of modern Sword and Sorcery stories, which I believe they made a little more in line with current sensibilities. So a lot of Sword and Sorcery was written in the 60s, 70s time frame. Some things did not age as well, and they decided to make new fiction to help rectify that. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, speaking of things that did not age well, I'm going to read through the Raven books. Um, Earlier in this year, I read Raven, Swords Mistress of Chaos, which I thought was really fun. But I still have a few more to go. I have Raven, A Time of Ghosts, Raven, The Frozen God, Raven, Lords of the Shadows, and Raven, A Time of Dying. So these hopefully are as fun as the first one. I really enjoyed it a lot. And then finally, I'm gonna also try to get through the one Brack collection I have, and this is The Fortunes of Brack. Brack is just another Conan ripoff by John Jakes. So hopefully that's really good. Beyond that, if I can reach it. Pardon me. Talks amongst yourselves. I also got the new Dragonlance book that came out. I really enjoyed Dragonlance back in high school. They just started after like a decade of not putting out books. They started printing a new trilogy. This is the second in that trilogy. The first one was okay, but it wasn't anything to write home about. I'm hoping that the Dragons of Fate are a little bit more interesting, not just retreading old ground. So anyway, beyond Bionic, Plato, Raven, and some other Swords and Sorcery, and of course Dragonlance, I think that's probably going to eat up most of my time. Will I add more? Probably. Will I drop some of these? Probably, but those are my goals right now. And of course, I'm going to also finish the slime trail of Garbogast, which there's just too many good things, and I just didn't have enough time during the summer. So I'll get through that. But that is all for today, so if you're interested in any of these, please let me know. If you've read these and have a suggestion where I should start, please also let me know. But I'm going to start definitely with the complete works of Plato, just because I really want to see how well this font performs. So until next time, I will see you later. Thank you.